Hello and welcome back in this very special and very cool amazing video. So this is actually my first limousine build in automation game. I've never did a limousine car before in the game, and when I had the chance, when I found this body on the Steam Workshop, I was very excited, and I immediately downloaded it so I can make it immediately. It's been 2 days. I didn't make any videos, but I do apologize, but I've been really busy. But hopefully this video will get back on the horse and on every possible previous video that I make, because this is, my friends, the first limousine that I ever made in automation game. What is a limousine? A limousine is a big car. It's a long stretched car that can fit more than 5 or 6 people. That with a lot of good luxurious comfortable seats, and with a smooth comfortable ride, like from point A to B or whatever destination they are using this vehicle to. Basically, a lot of these cars are they are going to be used in weddings and celebrity transportation or rich people transportation, whatever the purpose of them. But basically what you need is a big stretched car with luxurious interior, comfortable suspension, smooth engine, and a good amount of power and torque. Well, you know me, I never do a crappy low powered car. I always like to put good amount of power and good amount of torque in any possible car, even if it was a city hatchback. So in this car you will see good amount of things and good amount of power, torque, and every possible thing you can ever imagine in a limousine. So, and as you can see, the build is in 1975. So yeah, welcome back to 1975 with this absolutely pinnacle of luxurious limousines back then. But before we start with all of the specs, I would love to remind you guys that please, if you enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, so we can begin with this absolute amazing creation and vehicle. So let's start with the chassis. As you can see, we have a corrosion resisting steel panels. The panels mean the body itself, the doors, the roof, the hood or the bonnet, or the trunk. So basically all of these are just panels, so all of them are made from corrosion resisting steel. Making them from aluminium will make the production of the car to be actually no mass production. So no, it will not be limited. There will be no mass production at all, and I don't want to do that. I want to mass produce this absolute amazing creation here. So that's why I've chosen corrosion resisting steel, because it's better from regular steel. And of course, well, fiberglass is just not safe at all. I mean, really not safe, but super lightweight, and I don't care about lightweight here. A limousine should be always heavy, not light in any possible way. And that's why I've chosen also monocoque. Monocoque is more safe, more light, and of course more durable, and you can use more advanced materials in it. Well, not in 1975. In 2018, yes, you can choose advanced high strength steel, you can choose carbon fiber, but in 1975 the high end, or the most high end material you can use is corrosion resisting steel for this chassis. And it's much lighter than a ladder. A traditional ladder, yes, it will take less time to be produced, but it's extremely heavy and it's not safe as the monocoque. So I know it's a little bit advanced, but it's achievable. So we have monocoque chassis type, corrosion resisting steel here, front longitudinal engine placement. Well, that's what all limousine uses, not transverse. Transverse is good if I'm making an all-wheel drive limousine, but a front-wheel drive limousine, it will be hideous and rubbish, and the front tires will never grip. So longitudinal, this way I can use a rear-wheel drive limousine, which like all of them will do. All of them already are. Double wishbone front suspension, double wishbone rear suspension with zero quality on the chassis. So basically, this build here will be all about zero quality build. No plus quality in every single way. Regular quality, regular everything. You will see absolutely every single part is made with zero quality. Zero quality is a normal quality. This is not crap quality, this is not rubbish quality. No, if I were to go rubbish quality, I will go minus 1, minus 2, all the way to minus 15. So zero is just normal quality. We have VC. This is the engine that is powering this beast here. It's a V-shaped 60 degrees 12-cylinder engine, and as you can see, it's obvious a twin turbocharged V12 engine. It's made from cast iron because, well, aluminium is it's good. It's good in every possible way, but I'm gonna explain why I have chosen cast iron instead of aluminium at the end of this engine. So we have cast iron block material, 84mm on the bore and 75.2mm on the bore on the stroke, which equals 5001 cc engine or a 5-liter V12 engine. Dual overhead camshaft with 4 valves per cylinder, cast iron cylinder head material for the same reason of the block material. I'm gonna explain it later. No variable valve lift, it's 1975, this hasn't been invented yet. Forged steel crankshaft and heavy duty forged connecting rods and forged pistons. The reason that I went with forged pistons because of 2 reasons. The first reason is the forged pistons, they will get less octane value than regular cast pistons. You can use a lower quality fuel when you are using forged pistons because they are much more efficient than regular cast pistons. That's why I like to use them in good horsepower or turbocharged engines, because you will get lower octane value. That way you can push more boost in, you can push more ignition in, you can put higher compression ratio components in. It will work perfectly. That's why I went with forged instead of cast. The second reason is they are much lighter and much more smoother. I want a smooth engine and a little bit lightweight engine. I mean, yes, I know I went with cast iron block and cylinder heads, and I will explain why later. The top end, as you can see, is made from it's 7.0 to 1 is the compression ratio and 40 is on the cam profile. This cam profile, it's in the normal section. As you can see, it's economical, it's smooth, it's powerful, no need to go any higher, with zero quality of course. The aspiration is twin turbochargers with journal bearing internal. Yes, we have journal here, not ball bearing. Ball bearing internals hasn't been invented yet, and well, journal bearing, they are not really that bad, but the difference between ball bearing and journal bearing is simple. Journal bearing will make the turbo to require a little bit more airflow to spool. That way you will have a little bit bigger lag, a little bit laggy engine using journal bearing turbos. But when you are using ball bearing turbos, ball bearing internals for the turbo will spool much earlier, which will kill as much lag as possible when you are using a small turbo. We have 511 horsepower supporting intercooler with a very much custom twin turbos, as you can see. 41.5mm on the compressor, 29.7mm on the turbine, maxed out air ratio with 11 psi of boost. So I received a lot of questions why my turbos, like all of them has 1.40 maxed out air ratio with the least amount or with the least size of the turbine. It's simple, because if I want to make the engine even more efficient than this, I can put a smaller AR ratio like 1 or even less than 1.0. It's easy. I will get more fuel efficiency, and of course the engine will get more efficient, it will burn less fuel, and it will get more economical. That's very cool, but it will kill so much horsepower, and I don't kill so much horsepower because I hate small turbos, because yes, they will make the engine more efficient and economical, but they will kill horsepower actually, because this engine naturally aspirated, it will make 250 horsepower easily, and with a small AR ratio same as turbine, or not same as, I'm not gonna slam the AR ratio all the way to the minimum size, no, but I'm talking if I went smaller with it, I would go down below 300 horsepower, like 280, 290, or even 270 if I want to go super efficient. And I don't want that. I want the engine to be powerful, to be torquey. That's why if you want to build an efficient turbo, an efficient engine with turbos, just put the turbine all the way down, small size, put the AR ratio to the max. This way you will have an efficient engine with good amount of power and torque. Yes, I promise you this. Same, but the compressor size, this is a different story. A compressor size is determined by how much or by when the power you want it to peak. Like if I want the horsepower to peak at 6,600, 6,500, or even at 7,500, I need a bigger compressor size, so the turbo will keep will keep pushing as much boost into the engine without being overwhelmed by the speed of the engine. So as you can see, with 41.5 millimeters, the power is peaking at 5,700 RPM, because that's when the turbos starts to give up. The engine will start to overwhelm them with the airflow, and the compressor cannot keep up with the engine speed. So that's why the power will peak at 5,700 RPM. If I want to push it even more, I need a bigger size compressor. But remember, with bigger size compressor, the turbo will get bigger, and with bigger turbo, it will require much more airflow to spool, and that will make the engine super laggy, and I don't want a super laggy engine. As you can see, this engine is, the turbos will be spooling at their optimum speed at 2,400 RPM. As you can see, 2,427. They will be running at their optimum speed, which will give as much torque as possible. As you can see, 400 and right now here at 2,400 RPM, it will give 415 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, and that's why this I aimed so hard to make this engine less laggy with good amount of horsepower and torque, and this is by far as good as it will get. More powerful than this, the engine will get super laggy because the turbos will spool at 3,000 RPM. And no, this is not a high performance car, this is a luxurious car. So 2,400 RPM, I consider it an achievable RPM. Zero quality, as I mentioned before. And in this engine we are using not carburetors, no, we are using mechanical fuel injection. And what mechanical fuel injection is, this engine has fuel injectors and a mechanical fuel pump. If the developers want to make this game more realistic, they should add on the belt here on the front a mechanical fuel pump extra running with the belt, so alongside the alternator and the crankshaft pulley. They should add it here, a mechanical fuel pump with lines coming out of it to the fuel rail here, with of course the using of a fuel filter. So as you can see, we have fuel injectors on the top, but since this is a very classic and very old school fuel injection, as you can see, all the fuel injectors with the lines are made from metal. There is nothing made from rubber here. Everything is made from metal, which is very old school and very classic and very cool at the same time. Let's see what we have here. We have a single throttle body, no need for individual throttle bodies, because this is a limousine engine, not a racing engine. A standard intake manifold, because I want to keep the engine very quiet and to keep the service cost as minimum as possible. Now, this is the reason actually why I have chosen cast iron block and cylinder heads. You may find it awkward, but it's true. Let me show you. Check out the loudness with cast iron block and cast iron cylinder heads. It's 24.1 with the current exhaust system. But if I switch to aluminium, yes, the loudness will increase. The engine will get much louder. The same idea goes with, as you can see, aluminium cylinder heads. If you know the reason, because I genuinely don't know the reason why aluminium cylinder heads and aluminium block will make the engine much more noisier. I don't know, because maybe the iron with the iron it is much more thicker, maybe, or I don't know. If you know the reason why an aluminium is much more louder than cast iron, please tell me in the comment section below. So as you can see, that's why I went with regular cast iron internals. So as you can see, the same goes for the intake, because I want to keep the engine so much quiet. And as you can see, the compression ratio is so low, which is 7.0 to 1, because I want to run the engine on a regular 91 octane fuel engine, because it's 1975 and leaded fuel is start to disappear. A lot of countries are starting to ban the leaded fuel in the 75 and up. So I want to run the car on unleaded fuel easily. And 91 octane fuel, it's just so little back then, and with twin turbochargers and mechanical fuel injection, the engine, it's not really that much efficient. That's why if I want to use 91 octane fuel, I need to have super low compression ratio, so I can run the engine without any problems with knocking or detonation. That's why the compression ratio is so low, with 11 psi of boost and mechanical fuel injection, because this is by far the most efficient the most efficient fuel system in the 75. I mean, it's super efficient if you want to compare it to regular carburetors, like single barrel carburetor or a DCOE or a 4-barrel, 2-barrel carburetor. This is by far super more efficient compared to those. Let's see, we have 14.2 is the air fuel ratio, also so lean. As you can see, we are on the lean side because I want to keep the engine economical, not thirsty, because this car will run for long distances and it will keep on idling for super long period of time, and I really don't want to consume so much fuel, and I don't want the customers to refuel every 5 minutes, although they will at the end of the video, because yeah, you already know why. 64 on the ignition timing, 6500 is the engine RPM limit with 0 quality. We have short cast headers, dual exhaust pipes, 2.8 inch exhaust diameter or 69.8 millimeters. Yes, now this is another reason why I didn't go with catalytic converter, because I mean, yes, I can go with two-way catalytic converter, make the engine much more environmental friendly by lowering the carbon monoxide coming out of the exhaust, but I didn't put a catalytic converter because for a simple reason. Yes, I know that the governments are starting to ban leaded fuel, but imagine that you stopped at a petrol station and the only option is a regular leaded 92 octane fuel. If you have a catalytic converter in the exhaust system and if you fill the car with leaded fuel, this catalytic converter will burn so red hot, and then it will clog and it will kill, basically, maybe it will kill the engine also, maybe it will kill everything. It will be a big problem, very expensive to fix, just because you filled with leaded fuel instead of unleaded, because it could happen in the 75. This is 1975 and some fuel stations are still using leaded fuel. So yeah, maybe that's the only option for you. So as you can see, if you accidentally, or maybe if you filled this car with leaded fuel, regular leaded, it will run normally. As you can see, the power, the torque will still be remaining the same and nothing will change. The only thing will change is the emissions, of course, because there is lead in this fuel. Yes, the emissions will get super high, super extreme, as you can see. But if we switch back to 91 regular unleaded fuel, it will run also normal. So you can run it in both worlds without any single problem. That's why I went without catalytic converter. We have quad reverse flow muffler, so I can keep the engine quiet and efficient at the same time with 0 quality on the exhaust system. So as you can see, this is the final result: 327 horsepower at 5700 rpm, 421.4 pound-feet of torque at 2700 rpm. The engine is super smooth, it's responsive, it's super quiet, it's very efficient. Well, it's 1975 with 18.7%. I consider it a very good achievement, and we are running on 90.9 octane rating, which is super low, which is very good. I really like it. The quality or the reliability for the engine, it's 47 points. I know it's a little bit low, but this is low in 2018. 47 points in 2018, that means a blown engine. But in 1975, 47 is just super good, super good. I mean, if you reach 50, that's extremely good. 47 points is very good actually. It's not bad at all. If you compare 47 points in 1975 to 2018 quality, this is like 65 points in 2018, so I consider it very good. The weight of the engine, yes, it's super heavy. I know that because cast iron block and cast iron cylinder heads, yes, it's super heavy. As you can see, with 0 quality on everything, it's 70.0 points on the production units and 77.6 points on the Enginique time, which is by far the least it will get with this engine on 0 quality. Absolutely magnificent, and I truly like the idea of filling this engine with 2 different fuel, because nowadays in 2018 you can see a lot of cars with flex fuel sensors that you can fill it with regular pumped gas or fuel, and you can switch to ethanol fuel easily. You can just pump it with ethanol. The ECU will know the difference of the ethanol and regular fuel, and it will balance the tune for the engine, and it will run actually much more cooler and much more powerful with ethanol which is really awesome. The same idea here is it's like a flex fuel sensor in the 1975. You can run the engine on 2 different fuels. It will run perfectly normal without any problem. That's really awesome. And now it's the time to fire up this beast. What I truly like about this era mechanical fuel injection or carburetors is the fuel. Sorry, not the fuel. It's the air filter. Check out this classic looking air filters. It will be the shape of it. It will be round and tall like this. It will be absolutely magnificent and very much classic turbocharging. Absolutely magnificent. So let's fire this beast up. As you can hear, it's very smooth at idle. The engine is making at idle 198 pound-feet of torque at 700 RPM. Very smooth and very beautifully balanced and very good looking engine actually. Alright, so we've seen engine, we have seen the engine running, and we have heard the sound of it. It sounds very prestigious and very smooth and elegant. Let's move on. So this is, as you can see, this is the body that I've chosen. It's a 1975 sedan. It's a stretch limousine, as you can see. There are a lot of versions of it. If I want to make another version, we have another sedan, which I don't know what's the difference between them. I'm looking and I'm not seeing anything. But as you can see, there it is. And there is a convertible version with a retractable roof, as you can see in the back. And I really don't get the idea of a convertible limousine, because we have seen it on Top Gear before when Richard Hammond bought that MG convertible, and well, there is no roof. And even if there is a metal roof, a regular metal roof here, and that roof on the back retracts, I don't know, is it a good idea or not? I don't think so, because the whole idea of a limousine that a celebrity will go in the back, or someone from the government maybe, or anyone will get in the back with tinted windows, so no one can see him or can see her. And yeah, and the idea of a convertible roof, well, anyone can see you. I mean, if this limousine was going maybe to Las Vegas, maybe to be used as a hotel limousine or as a casino limousine, yes, maybe it will be a good idea, you know, for people to have fun, so they can open the roof, so they can stand up and have a party. But as a general idea of a limousine, I think a solid metal roof is just more perfect. Zero quality on the body and the fixtures. I've chosen this luxurious metallic black color, a jet black color. It looks very luxurious and very expensive, and very luxurious and good to look at, because as you can see, limousines comes, I think, in 2 different colors, white or black. These are the 2-tone color, only black and white. You cannot see other limousines in other colors, except if you have your own custom made limousine. But basically they come with 2 different colors, white or black. Yeah. So let's move on. These are the fixtures that I've chosen for this absolute beast here. These, as you can see, box seat headlights with fog lights, as you can see down there. Two separate grills made from chrome, as you can see. But of course, we have a hood ornament here, because to present the power and the luxury and the prestigious of this car. A hood ornament is always very good to look at. We have these side indicators, these chromy side mirrors, but of course the door handles, these classic 70s door handles when you have to push the button to open the door, but of course the keyhole, and of course the same door handle for the rear. Also rear side indicators, these boxy tail lights, as you can see, with the, of course, the license plate holder and on the rear with the rear company logo. As you can see, the car names is the Atomo Nero. The Atomo Nero is the Black Adam. Yes, the Black Adam. This is the Atomo Nero is an Italian name for, and if you translate it to English, it will be the Black Adam with a V12 turbo badge. As you can see, we have this 1970s chromey antenna. It should be chrome actually, like this chromey antenna, of course, with these beautifully 70s style rims. They look absolutely magnificent, and the car itself is looking very, very much prestigious and luxurious at the same time. So let's move on. The car is made with a longitudinal rear-wheel drive type, as you can see, automatic gearbox, because it should be automatic, not manual. This is a luxurious limousine, and it will be driven by chauffeur, and a chauffeur will he don't have to remember how to drive a manual or a stick shift gear car. So automatic seems very, very appropriate. And this is a luxury car, not a racing car, so automatic seems very appropriate. 4-speed or 4 ratios, because, well, that's the best you can achieve with, as you can see, with this much amount of final drive and with this much amount of spacing. As you can see, 4 ratios, and 211.2 km/h is the gearbox top speed, or a 5.26 to 1 final drive with 45 on the spacing. Actually, this car used to do 8.1 seconds. Or 8.1 seconds, not 8.2. So what happened? As you can see, as a utility sport luxury car, the customers want more high spacing, but as a luxury market, they want a low amount of gearing. So which market should I focus on? I mean, as a utility sport luxury, that means a limousine or a big car that can haul, or that can pick a lot of people and drive them around. That's the idea of a limousine, right? And that's the market that I should focus on. I mean, if I want to kill as much wheel spin as possible, I can go with like 13. 13, it will make the wheel spin of, let's see, 75% on the first gear, 0% on the second gear with 8.1 seconds, but the utility sport luxury customers will hate it. So what should I do? I think I'm gonna go with 8.1 seconds, low spacing, because I want to keep it quick as possible. I don't want to make a slow. I don't want to make a slow limousine. I hate slow limousines. I mean, yes, they should be driving around. They should drive them around in slow speeds. But if you put your foot down, it's good to have good amount of power. So 12. I'm gonna go 12 on the spacing, with 5.26 to 1 is the final drive. It will give me 8.1 seconds 0 to 100 time with 5.6% of wheel spin, so little bit of wheel spin, and of course quick 0 to 100 time with 0 quality and open differential. We have radial tires, medium compound. Yes, medium compound, not hard long life tires. The customers demanded a medium compound tires with 215 front and rear tire width. Let's see if I can actually. No, they don't want that. They want similar sizes. 15 is the rim diameter, with 618 is the tire diameter, and 10 on the rear offset, 0 offset on the front, with alloy rims, as you can see, with 0 quality. We have the ventilated front discs with 2 pistons on the brake caliper, and 300mm is the front disc size. Ventilated also 2 pistons on the rear calipers with also 300mm. The car is super heavy, and you need big brakes to stop it with a smooth type of pads, because I don't want to use racing brake pads, and I don't want to have any kind of brake fade. That's why I went with big brake discs, and of course a smooth pad type. 50-50 is the brake base, as you can see. 50% of brakes going to the front, 50% of brakes going to the rear, balanced brakes with, of course, 0 quality. No under tray because, well, this is not a sport car, no need for any kind of aerodynamics. We have the engine airflow is 52. Actually, I should go with a little bit higher than this because I want to have a good amount of reliability. I want the engine to be cooled perfectly. I don't want the car to overheat. So yeah, 55 on the engine cooling, 100 on the brake cooling, zero quality here. We have the seating, and this was a bit of a problem actually, because if I want to add more seats just so you can seat 9 people or 8 people, the customers will actually hate it so much. So a limousine should have a bench on the rear. That's very obvious. A bench on the rear, so three people can sit in it. A rear bench, 2 seats in the middle, and 2 seats in the front will equal 7 seaters. So it will be a 7-seater car with luxury interior. As you can see, with luxury interior, the production will be limited. Actually, it will not be a mass-produced production. And with handmade, there will be no mass production at all. So I don't want to use premium because, well, premium is good, it's not bad, it's leather and wood and everything, but luxury will have much more soft padding, much more elegant interior. If you want to know what comes with the luxury package, you can pause the video right now so you can know what comes with the luxury package. The same goes for the entertainment system. I've chosen a phonograph instead of luxury 8-track because with luxury 8-track, as you can see, yes, it will get more comfortable, more prestigious, but the customers will actually hate it. By how much? 797 points or 1.9 points. The only problem is a phonograph. A phonograph will have a limited production, and the phonograph is used in the mid 1950s and high-end music cars. 2 high-quality memorial mono speakers, and it's a play of a 7-inch 45 RPM records. This is very old actually. I'm gonna go with luxury 8-track. It's as you can see, 8-track. It's all 8-track all the way except the basic and standard. They will come with AM radio, but with luxury 8-track, we can have an absolute pinnacle of car entertainment in the 70s. That's perfect. Period correct. High-end luxury cars, 4 high-quality speakers, and a stereo AM FM radio. Wow, that's very much, and a top-notch 8-track player. So the perfect stereo system ever. That's very awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna go with luxury 8-track. It seems much more appropriate. Zero quality here. We have hydraulic power steering. Of course, you need to have hydraulic power steering. No traction aids. Advanced 70s safety equipment. And if you want to know what comes with this package, you can pause the video now and continue reading here to know what comes with the advanced safety equipments. Power steering. This is power steering. If you don't know what power steering, hydraulic power steering, you can pause the video right now and read. Zero quality and everything, and this is very cool because I want this limousine to be as comfortable as possible, and using standard or progressive springs, yes, you can make it to be very comfortable, but I want super comfortable with luxurious interior. That's why I went with hydromatic springs. Hydromatic springs, they use a special hydraulic oil with a special hydraulic pump connected to the engine that pumps special hydraulic fluid all along the spring systems so the spring itself, because of this special oil, it can absorb so good amount of bumps, and you will not feel anything. You can feel that the car is floating like a truly Rolls-Royce ride comfort, and that's what I want, a true Rolls-Royce ride comfort. So hydromatic springs will do the job just perfect. Twin tube dampers, passive sway bars, regular dampers and sway bars, very much custom suspension setup, positive half a degree of camber in the front, among negative 1.7 degrees of camber in the rear, spring stiffness is 3.20 in the front, 2.60 in the rear, damper stiffness 2.0 in the front, 1.60 in the rear, sway bar thickness 3,400 in the front, 2,800 in the rear, pretty much regular. 270 millimeters is the ride height with zero quality. And this is the market mode or the final result. This is how the car looks. This is the engine specs, the body specs. The market, as you can see, the car is drivable. It's basically anyone can drive it. It's very comfortable, it's very prestigious, it's very safe. That's what I want, because limousine cars tend to be not that safe, but I tried so hard to go with safety, so the car is super prestigious and super safe, and it's very comfortable. It's very drivable. It's drivable, and no, it's not sporty at anything. It's practical, it has good utility points, this is not important. Reliability, 55 points, very good. Environmental resistance, also very good. And yes, even with an efficient engine of 18.7%, the body is a little bit heavy, so yeah, 8.5 miles per gallon. A little bit thirsty, but in 1975, well, it's okay, it's not bad. And fuel was very cheap back then, so it's okay. Emissions, I mean, yes, I'm not using catalytic converters. Yeah, that's why they are a little bit high. This is with unleaded fuel. With leaded fuel, it will be 9,999. So yeah, a little bit difference here. As I mentioned, you can run it on both fuels, leaded or unleaded, easily, no problem whatsoever. The engineering time, well, it won't take that much long actually, and the production units, well, it will take a little bit of time to be produced because it's very luxurious. It will take a little bit of craftsmanship to be produced, but it's very cheap actually. With 10% margin, it will cost you $37,414. I mean, even if I push it like to 50%, as you can see, it will cost $51,020. So it's pretty much cheap. It's not expensive at all for all of the equipments that this car has equipped with. We have a luxurious interior, very much luxurious entertainment system, a very smooth and powerful and torquey engine in the front, very much perfect, as you can see. And the car can run on both fuels, leaded and unleaded. This is the fuel door here, if you haven't noticed it. This is the fuel door here. As you can see, twin exhausts, looks very prestigious and very luxurious. I truly like this limousine, and I truly cannot wait to drive it on the Beam NG game when the update will be available very soon. So let's go to the test track and see the results. So the car weighs 2,194.6 kilograms, so basically it's a 2.2 ton limousine. It's a little bit heavy, I know that. The load capacity, as you can see, it's 787.4 kilograms. So yeah, people can sit in it and jump in it normally in parties or whatever. Yes, we have an active downforce. I mean, yes, I didn't use any kind of undertray, no undertray whatsoever, no downforce. And yes, we have an active downforce. The car itself is aerodynamical, which is really awesome. So the car can stick on the ground. 86.6 kilograms in the front, 86.7 kilograms in the rear. No brake fading. Stopping distance, well, it takes a little bit of while to stop because it's super heavy, but no brake fading whatsoever. Roll angle, pretty much perfect for a comfortable, luxurious car. 208 kilometers per hour is the car top speed with 8.1 seconds from 0 to 100. Very quick actually, it's not bad. And 16.39 is the quarter mile time for a limousine car. That's very quick also. So as you can see, I already ran this car around the automation or around the airfield test track, but we made some changes, so this time should change. So let's see by how much. So as you can see, we did it in 1 minute 42.42, which is quick actually. It's not bad. I mean, yes, it's quick in, of course, in the Top Gear lap times, yes, but it's quicker than the what do they call the cheap car that they used to put celebrity in, the yeah, whatever the name of it, the Chevrolet Lacetti or that Vauxhall with unlimited warranty. Yeah, so yeah, reasonably, yes, the reasonably priced car, the whatever the reasonably priced car, yes, they put celebrity in, so it's very much quicker than that car by so much actually, which is really awesome. A limousine actually, with a luxurious interior, with the stick at the wheel, and it can do for 142.42. And yes, there is no point of going to the automation test track because it will take so much time to drive. Yes, 2 minutes 49.45. This is not a sports car. No, this is not a car to go to be so you can take it to the test track. Of course, this is a car that you have a chauffeur in the front, you sit in the back, smoke your cigar, drink some champagne, and enjoy the ride, the comfortable ride of this torquey, comfortable beast here. So I truly hope that you enjoyed the video. This is my first limousine video ever, and it has been very awesome. And I remember the name. It's the Atomo Nero. I always like to search for good Italian car names, because as we all know, Italians are famous for their car names: the Spider, the Giulia, the Stradale, the Aventador, the Gallardo, the Huracan. You see a lot of amazing car names, and I always try to go by that size, so I always try to find a perfect name for any kind of car I make. So I truly hope that you enjoy the video. Please remember that if you enjoy the video to hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video, and of course, if you have, I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. What do you think about this car? What do you think about the engine, the car, the chassis, and all of the results? I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. So thank you so much guys for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see you with more amazing videos very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends.